House Oversight Committee wants former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to testify on record in their Jeffrey Epstein investigation. So today is the deadline for former President Clinton to make that appearance. Tomorrow is the former First Lady's deadline to appear. And of course, looming over all of it, the threat by House members to hold them in contempt if they do not. Some multiple photos of former President Clinton have surfaced in troves of documents recently released by the Justice Department. A Clinton spokesperson previously said the former president did not know about any of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and called on the Trump administration to go ahead and release all files related to him.
It's really a shame when you've had this level of deception for so long and they're allowed to do it, and they just thumb their nose at the system that they swore an oath to uphold. I would hope that we could turn this over to the authorities and some of this information and get them in, but the Clintons are like mercury. I mean, it just slips through your fingers.
CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns is live on Capitol Hill. First things first, to be very clear, Clinton's supposed to be there today. It's looking like he's going to be a no-show. He still has a little bit of a deadline, correct?
Hey, Reed, it's great to see you. Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts here, and I'm going to walk you through it. Basically, both of the Clintons have been subpoenaed to appear before this oversight committee. Bill Clinton today, Hillary Clinton tomorrow. Hours before that deadline to appear before the committee, the Clintons, through their attorneys, released an 8-page memo from their attorneys explaining why they were not going to come in person to comply with this subpoena today, and that was followed up by a separate letter signed by both the former president and former Secretary Clinton explaining their own justifications as well. Now, Reed, in the legal document released from the Clintons' legal team, they said that they're not going to comply with appearing before the committee because they believe legally that this is, and I'm reading from the letter here, that this is an invalid and legally unenforceable, seeking testimony with no connection to a valid legislative process. So that's the legal explanation there, as detailed through that 8-page memo. Now, the Clintons separately, as I mentioned, released their own letter calling this entire investigation into them political. And they also say that this committee has subpoenaed 7 others who did not come before the committee but released their own explanations and information to the committee. The Clintons have said that they have done the same, that they have given the committee information that they have and did the same exact thing that those 7 others who were subpoenaed have done. And those 7 others, they say, were dismissed from the committee and not forced to appear publicly. So that is their explanation here, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. As I mentioned, Secretary Clinton is supposed to appear. You can imagine she won't appear in person given what they outlined in that letter. But it was very striking, Reed, this letter from the Clintons, because they are saying that they are willing to fight this tooth and nail, and they believe that this is a political effort and not a legally justified one. And this comes as the House committee, the Oversight Committee, did, in a bipartisan way, issue these subpoenas for various people, including the Clintons, and this was part of a broader effort to subpoena the Justice Department to release all of its information in regards to the Epstein files. Now, I should also note, Reed, that this investigation going on in oversight is separate from the law that was passed late last year to force the Justice Department to release all of these files. So a lot of moving parts here, Reed, but there are consequences for defying subpoenas.
Fascinating times to see as we also await the release of all of those Epstein files, still yet to happen despite the president's signature. Caitlin, one more thing.
And sorry, just quickly, Reed, Chairman Comer, the chairman of the Oversight Committee, said that next week the committee will mark up a measure to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress. If that passes through the committee, if it passes through the House of Representatives, it would go on to the Justice Department, and they would decide how to go about this. And as we've been reporting on for the past 24 hours, the Justice Department has gone after the the current president's political rivals, including Comey, yesterday Powell, and others. So you can imagine that the Justice Department would likely take action here if this goes through Congress.
Caitlin Huey-Burns watching it all as it moves through committees and various bodies there on our nation's Capitol. Thank you so much.